Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about multi-order batches on Instacart. So on Instacart, there are a few different types of orders on the platforms. Most are shop and deliver. Some are shop only, but those are dwindling these days. Delivery only, which is rare but possible, but more often than not, you will see multi-order batches and multi-store batches. Yes, there's a difference, but in this case, we are going over the former being multi-order batches. So with that said, we are talking about everything you must know about multi-order batches, what they tell you versus how it actually is, and everything in between. But before we do that, let's go over a quick disclaimer. The content of this video does not contain, is never intended to be, legal, business, financial, tax, or health advice of any kind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It is advised that you conduct your own research and consult qualified professionals before applying anything you find online. I also want to be clear that everything that we're going to be going over is very market dependent, and what applies to me and my market may not apply to you. So with that said, let's get started. What is a multi-order batch? Multi-order batches are orders that are grouped together to be shopped for different customers in a single store or multiple store locations. They primarily include double and triple orders, but may also include the following: add-on orders, 2 or more orders that can be added before you start shopping for your current order. Mixed multi-order batch includes a full-service order and a shop-only order for a later customer to pick up. Delivery only, multiple staged orders that are picked up at a store for delivery only. Multi-store batch includes orders grouped together for different customers from multiple store locations. They make it clear what the combination of orders are before accepting it, but they are not clear about which order is which until you accept it, like which items go where. They're also very much an all or nothing company, so if you're one of those drivers that would try to accept it, investigate, and then unassign one of them to try to get as much money as possible for the least amount of miles, that's not going to happen. Shopping. Preview multi-order batches by selecting the I button in the top right hand corner of the Instacart shopper app. Consider looking through the order in advance to help you pre-plan the cart space you need to organize each order. Let the app guide you through the entire multi-order batch shopping process. In addition, when you are shopping for a multi-store order batch, the app helps you stay organized by displaying a letter, A, B, etc. for each customer's order. You can shop for all your customers at the same time, keeping each order separate. Keep your cart organized by designating parts of the cart for different orders. For the most part, everything you do for shopping will be the same as it would always be, as well as through the app. But what will be different is keeping certain orders separate. Some people take 2 different carts. Some people like to take a shopping basket and then put it in a shopping cart to keep them separate, but do what's best for you in that moment. Be prepared to communicate with multiple customers at once. Use these suggestions to help you stay organized when messaging with more than one customer. In the app, you can communicate directly to all customers that are part of your multi-order batch. Tap the messaging icon in the upper right hand corner to communicate with your customers. The in-app chat shows the customer's name and the letter assigned to the order to help you ensure you communicate with the right customer. To help you stay organized, you can also use item level messaging. Once you're almost done shopping your customer's order, consider letting them know. This way you can make sure you got everything that your customer needs and minimize issues during checkout. Review customer chats before checking out and make sure that you didn't miss any customer messages while you were shopping. A lot of drivers have different philosophies on this. Some like to send an intro text to ensure proper communication and solid ratings, whereas others like to communicate in case of a replacement being necessary to ensure speed and efficiency. Not to mention how some customers see your communication as an invitation to start adding things to the order, which for single batches is already annoying. Imagine that happening with multiple customers at once, or one customer holding up both orders because they are adding so much or having that many replacements. Ridiculous. Checkout. To check out, tap Start Checkout below the first order. Scan or enter the order code. Tap the confirm code added. Pay with your card. Tap Next. Keep in mind, when possible, choose the least busy lane so you can take your time to stay organized during checkout. Tell the cashier that you have more than one order and the orders need to stay separated, it's also a good idea to let the cashier know that you need to pay for each order separately. Organize your customer's order separately on the conveyor belt using the lane dividers. Pay for each order separately and in the correct order, A, B, C. The app guides you through each step. Note, as a reminder, Instacart charges the customer for what you scan into the app, not necessarily what the cashier rings up at the register. Although accuracy remains essential, you don't need to contact customer experience when an item is incorrectly scanned to the wrong order at the register. Example, customer A's item incorrectly rung up customer B's order. Try to focus on making sure you place the item in the correct customer's bag. In other words, they can fix it on the back end, but they don't want to get clogged up with errors. So try to remain diligent regardless. Consider keeping the receipts and writing the customer's name on each receipt. This way, you can keep the receipts for each orders recognized in case you need to make a return or if the app prompts an in-app receipt check. First off, in terms of checking out in general, personally, I prefer self-checkout, but that is a preference on personality, not necessarily efficiency. Do what's best for you. Second, in terms of the receipt, I would write the name and whatever app you're using. In this case, it would be Instacart. I say that for those who are multi-apping with multiple shop and deliver platforms like Doordash, UberEats, Grubhub, Shipped if you use that. That way, you're always making sure you're staying organized in that way, but I have never had an Instacart return personally. Bagging. Bagging the orders correctly for each customer helps ensure that the items go to the right customer. The better you bag, the easier it is to keep the orders organized and the easier it is for customers to unpack them post-delivery. If possible, consider bagging the items yourself to keep them organized. If you can't, remind the cashier or bagger that these individual orders need to remain separated. Consider labeling the bags with A, B, etc. and the customer's name to organize orders. Keep in mind, some store locations do not offer bags, such as Costco. I would also recommend bagging and packing them the same way as if you are shopping, so you keep the bag separated that way. Like if you have one set order in the top rack of your cart or in a shopping basket, and then the other one is in the main basket of your cart as well, that's a way you could do it. Also, in terms of labeling, consider a Sharpie just in case, but I never had that issue either. Packing. Stay organized when repacking orders back into the cart. Once you finish the bagging process, repack the orders into the cart and take them to your vehicle. To stay organized and consistent, consider using the same cart organization system you had while you were shopping. Prepare your vehicle packing space. Designate different areas of your vehicle for different orders. Consider using clean bins or boxes labeled ABC to pack your orders into and keep them separated during delivery. I usually use the back seat for one order and the trunk for another order if I do an order like this at all, but that's me personally. Delivery. Review the order prior to delivery to ensure that all items/bags go to the correct customer. You can review the items in each order by looking at the receipt, reviewing each order's items in the app. Check your vehicle after you deliver to make sure you didn't misplace any items. If you're bagging everything and you're staying organized, this really shouldn't be a problem. Note the delivery sequence is based on each customer's requested delivery window. This helps ensure the customer's orders arrive within the requested delivery window. Follow the route in-app to safeguard on-time delivery. Usually it's A, B, C, etc. If you shop for them first, you're probably dropping it off for them first. Either way, just follow the app. It's very simple. Host and leech. I usually find most shop and deliver orders host and leech orders. Usually the order isn't big enough to be good on its own, so they attach a decent order onto it to make it somewhat appealing. Otherwise, it just doesn't get done. After all, who wants to shop for $98 at Aldi for $8? I am still a firm believer of no tip, no trip, so I choose not to work with those orders out of principle. Shop onlys have no tips. Sometimes when doing orders throughout your day, you will notice that some multi-store order batches have shop-only orders within them. And it makes sense, but shop-only orders also are not eligible for tips. These orders are the epitome of a host and leech because oftentimes the base pay is less than 2 orders already, let alone the fact that the customer can't tip. Personally, I stay away from these types of orders for this specific reason. Not for every shopper. I don't know if you noticed, by the way, I made that last point, but this system is really not for everyone. If you're a gig worker that prioritizes shopping, then sure, it makes sense, especially if you can get those really good Costco orders or wholesale club orders in general. But if you're a gig worker that just has some shopping apps available and sometimes takes 1 or 2, this may not be for you. That said, having those options means you have a well-diversified gig portfolio and are working on your exit strategy, like the members of the Driven Wyld Discord server are actively working towards and accomplishing. The Driven Wyld Discord community is exclusive for gig workers looking to expand their knowledge and expertise in their self-employment entrepreneurial journeys. I've partnered with high-level professionals to bring you some of the most exclusive benefits based on your personal needs as a gig worker. Exclusive professional opportunities and gig postings. More live streams with high-level professionals in our industry. Educational systems to help you build your own dispatch company as well as other scalable opportunities. Driven Wyld is also kicking off their dispatching for beginners course, and we are changing the game and transforming how businesses serve customers and how gig workers get more opportunities. So whether you're a gig worker looking for more opportunities to earn or an exit strategy because the gig economy is an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal, not the goal, and you would like to see something with more growth potential and scalability, there's something here for you. Check the link in the description and get started with making the most amount of money in the least amount of time in the safest possible way. We are excited and looking forward to helping you secure your financial future. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.